The path to a more just and fair world order is full of challenges, but it's a journey we must take with unwavering determination and a spirit of unity. The BRICS nations have taken a big step in this direction, coming together to create a vision that aims to guarantee equal rights and opportunities for everyone, including those in less developed countries. This group, representing nearly 45.8% of the global population, is a powerful voice for many in the developing world, challenging the traditional Western hegemony.
With respect to BRICS expansion, indeed, I think there is a role and an engagement that we should have with representatives of BRICS member states in South Africa. But I have to also add that I do see an increasing application to become members of BRICS. Russia is the current chair, and they're overwhelmed by the interest. So we also need to look at how we manage this, because you don't want to become so big that people start to imagine you're an alternative to global institutions. So we've got to really manage it very, very well.
However, BRICS expansion faces several challenges, particularly with Argentina's rejection due to the new government's repositioning toward the United States and NATO policies, and the prolonged hesitation of a potential new member such as Saudi Arabia. Recent developments have shown Saudi Arabia reconsidering its stance on joining BRICS, influenced by geopolitical shifts and its strategic recalibrations, particularly in response to regional conflicts and its delicate balancing act between major powers such as the USA, China, and Russia. Despite these complexities, the BRICS nations are committed to strengthening their coalition, pushing forward with efforts to diversify economic partnerships and increase their collective influence on the global stage. This isn't a straight line. It's a big global fight to get rid of the shackles of imperialism and build a new, more democratic and multipolar world order. It's inevitable fait accompli, a calling that demands our collective resolve and perseverance. The fight is just getting started, but we draw strength from the thousands of protesters in American universities who, despite facing repression, if that happened in Russia, China, or Iran, the liberal crowd would have condemned it. But since it was in the US, they are keeping quiet about it. Keep occupying streets and squares in pursuit of their concrete dream, a world not dictated by the wealthy elite. Let's get ready for a long and tough fight. Let's use our beliefs and our unity to help us win. Together, we can overcome the obstacles that stand in our way and create a brighter, more equitable future for all. The BRICS Plus countries together account for about 36% of global GDP and 25% of world trade, making them crucial players in the global economy. The original BRICS bloc has seen a huge increase in its economic and geopolitical influence since it became BRICS Plus. This expansion isn't just in numbers, but in the strategic leveraging of its members' collective economic power. The aim is to reshape global trade dynamics, which have traditionally been dominated by Western economies. The growth in the economies of BRICS nations has led to a shift towards a more multipolar world, where economic power is more evenly spread rather than concentrated. This group is working hard to diversify its economic partnerships beyond the Western-centric international financial systems. By investing in infrastructure through initiatives like the New Development Bank, formerly known as the BRICS Development Bank, these nations are creating alternate funding sources for their development projects, which helps them reduce their dependency on Western-led financial institutions like the IMF and World Bank. Plus, politically, BRICS Plus has been a strong voice for developing countries in international affairs, pushing for more representation and a bigger voice. The bloc stands against unilateral economic sanctions and for fairer international trade practices, has resonated with many countries not part of the G7 or other elite groups. This has given BRICS Plus a lot of influence in global policymaking. This influence is really important right now when the world is facing lots of different crises. These include economic disruptions caused by the coronavirus pandemic and geopolitical conflicts that need a joint and inclusive international response. In short, the economic and political influence of BRICS Plus is huge and growing. It's a collective effort to not only boost the economies of its member countries, but also to push for a fairer global governance structure. Thanks to these efforts, BRICS Plus isn't just reacting to global trends, it's actually shaping them. It's putting forward a new narrative for global cooperation based on mutual respect and shared benefits.
BRICS has never been created as a bloc against any other entity. It's not in competition with any other existing unilateral forum. And BRICS came together to look how we can work collectively in terms of the shared values we have in reshaping the current global architecture, taking the interests of the global south and projecting them as part of creating a more inclusive, representative and fair multipolar world.
BRICS Plus, while a promising alliance, faces a lot of challenges and opportunities that will affect how it does on the global stage. One of the main challenges is that its members have different economic systems, political ideas, and cultural backgrounds. This diversity is a strength, but it also means there is a risk of conflicts and disagreements that could undermine collective actions. On top of that, external geopolitical pressures, particularly from Western nations and international institutions where existing powers may feel threatened by the rise of an alternative bloc, continue to challenge BRICS+. Sanctions, trade wars and diplomatic pressure are often used to destabilize emerging alliances that challenge traditional Western dominance. On the opportunity front, BRICS+ has the unique potential to reshape global economic and political structure. By working together, the BRICS+ countries can boost trade, investment and technology sharing with each other and with other developing nations. This will help them become more resilient and stable economically and regionally. Additionally, the BRICS+ platform lets its members take the lead on reforming global governance. This means they can influence major international decisions and make changes to the global financial systems to make it more inclusive and fair, which will help to address long-standing issues like trade imbalances and unfair economic practices. The joint projects like the successful World Youth Festival that Russia hosted show that we can work together on cultural and educational issues and build connections between people. These initiatives lay the groundwork for stronger ties and mutual understanding among the youth of these nations, who are key to the viable future of these economies. These challenges and opportunities will help BRICS+ become a more important player on the global stage. It will advocate for a world order that reflects the interests of the majority of countries and is less dominated by a few major powers. As we look towards a post-pandemic world, BRICS+ is not just thinking about how international relations should work. It is actively trying to create a new global narrative. The goal is to create a sustainable and fair world order that respects the differences and independence of all its members. This vision isn't just talk, it's about creating practical frameworks that bring the BRICS+ nations together economically, culturally, and politically in ways that benefit everyone. BRICS+ is working to use its collective economic power to negotiate fairer trade terms, promote investment in sustainable technologies, and drive inclusive growth. It's about closing the gap between rich and poor countries by promoting policies that are good for the economy and good for society. This makes BRICS+ a key player in the fight against global challenges like pollution, poverty, and inequality. What's more, the group's commitment to creating a multipolar world is about making sure that no single country or bloc has too much influence on the global agenda. In this new vision, diplomacy and negotiation replace dominance and pressure. The focus is on talking things through, mutual respect and understanding to resolve conflicts and build lasting partnerships. BRICS Plus is also investing in the future by empowering young people from diverse backgrounds to contribute to and benefit from global prosperity through initiatives like the World Youth Festival and other cultural exchanges. These platforms aren't just about celebrating cultural diversity. They are also about creating opportunities for the next generations to shape the world they will inherit. At its core, BRICS Plus's vision for the future is a testament to its commitment to a world where cooperation and collaboration are the cornerstones of international relations. It's a big, bold idea for global governance that tries to reflect what's going on in the world today and how our societies are all connected. In short, BRICS Plus shows what can be achieved through cooperative international relations. BRICS Plus is all about challenging the status quo and advocating for a multipolar world. Its goal is to ensure a more balanced global future. For more in-depth discussions on global developments and international cooperations, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video with others interested in the future of global politics. In the meantime, stay curious and stay with us. Thanks for watching.